Good morning, everyone. Gutevach, Shavua Tov. We are beginning another week in our learning of the Iggeres HaRamban, the famous letter the Ramban wrote to his son. And this pasuk, or this sentence that we're going to be learning today, is a continuation of what we left off with on Friday. And on Friday we discussed that humility will bring a person to Yiras Hashem, the fear and the awe and the reverence of the Rabbi Shalom, which means that I recognize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is watching what I do. He hears what I say. He's aware of the thoughts that are in my mind and inside of my heart. He knows what my true intentions are, and He's taking all of that into consideration as He watches me and He judges me and gives consequences or rewards based upon what I do. When a person lives like this, with this total awareness that Hashem is aware of them, there's a new level of reverence and fear and awe that a person develops. So today the Ramban gives advice on what a person could think about that's going to be able to bring them to this desired level. And he says like this, he's really quoting more or less the words of a Mishnah that we have in Pirkei Avos, in the Ethics of Our Fathers. And he says the following, Ki titeina libcha tamid. You should place this idea into your heart constantly. A person wants to know what they should think about. They find themselves with some downtime and they're not sure what they should occupy their mind with. They should place into their heart tamid constantly the following words and concepts and ideas. Number one, me'ayin basa. From where have you come from? What is the origination of your life? Ula'ana tohelech, and where are you going to? What is going to be the ultimate end of a person when their soul disconnects itself from their body? Where is your body going to end up? And this is a very strong language that he uses, but he says that you should know that in your own lifetime, you're not really worth that much. Rather, you should look at yourself as a worm and a maggot, not something that we would say is the greatest accolade for a human being, but says the Ramban, a person should view themselves as really being nothing much. And if that's the way that a person is in this world while they're alive, so all the more so when they are going to be in their grave, when they will reach death, so certainly over there when their body is going to be decomposing inside, it's going to be even worse. Now the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos answers the questions that the Ramban does not answer over here. And he says, the Mishnah says the following words. And it says, Me'ayin basa, from where does a person come from? If you want to humble yourself before Hashem. All of this words that we're saying is to humble ourselves, because humility brings us to the Yiras Shemaim, the fear and the awe of Hashem. So Me'ayin basa, from where do you come from? Says the Mishnah, Mitipa srucha, from a putrid little drop. The inception or the conception of a human being is coming from one little tiny drop. Did we start off big? Did we start off great? Are we gigantic, spiritual, physical beings in this world that are equipped with everything that we need from the very beginning to accomplish all of our successes? No, we're nothing. We come from a putrid little tiny drop. We have to remember our humble beginnings. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who makes the nace of childhood. He's the one who makes the miracle, the absolute miracle that from one little putrid drop can form an embryo, and the embryo can create a body, and the body will grow limbs and eyes and a nose and ears and hair, and all of the functions will be working properly. And from there is going to come a human being that will be born into this world in a most miraculous way. Who's the one that does that? It's all Hashem. I didn't do it myself. Ula'ana tahilech. Where are you going to end up? Says the Mishnah, L'makim ofarim v'seleya. You're going to end up in the ground, in the dirt, in a place where your neighbors are going to be worms and other bugs that are going to crawl all over. Excuse my very descriptive words today. We're just quoting the words of Chazal and the Ramban. And this is what a person has to think and keep in mind, says the Ramban. If you'll remember where you're coming from, and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who did everything to make you who you are, and you know where you're going to end up, and once you're there, that's it, there's nothing else you can do. That means in this life that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has gifted me with, that He has allowed me to live, how much I have to accomplish in the 120 years that Hashem has given me in this world, when my neshama and my goof and my body are working together as one. With this comes humility. With this comes the reverence and the awe that a person has of Hashem. And through that, Be'ezus Hashem, with HaKadosh Baruch Hu's help, we will live our lives in a productive and a positive and accomplished way, in our spiritual goals being fulfilled by achieving closer and closer connection to the Ribbono Shel Olam every single day of our lives. Wishing everybody a good tevach, a good week, a Shavua Tov, a week of peace, in which Hashem gives us the strength to actualize the desires that we have in our heart, to climb higher in our levels of Avodas Hashem.